sitting here with Lalla. Lalla, how do I say your surname? I'm not even going to try to say it.
It's really not that hard. Hirayama. There are various versions. Hirayama, and a Hirayama. Yeah, it's actually very simple. It looks a bit challenging when you see it on paper.
Yes,
but it's not bad.
I'm not sure what I should. I'll keep it safe. I'm not saying anything. But thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, so we're gonna take you back at a time. You were born and raised, is it, in Japan?
I was born in Japan.
Yes.
Raised in South Africa, a bit in Australia, and in Japan. I spent my childhood between those three places, but mainly in SA in terms of schooling and that kind of thing. And I think my parents wanted me to have the best of everything. They wanted me to experience the different cultures because it's part of my heritage, and I think my parents are very strong into kind of where you come from. You need to know your culture, you need to experience, you know, that kind of upbringing. So I was lucky enough to travel quite a bit.
Oh wow. And then have you always wanted to be a TV presenter?
No.
What was going on? What happened?
Crazy. When I was a child, I wanted to be a doctor. My family,
that's a big switch.
Well, actually most people in my family are doctors, you know, and they're all very successful doctors, and I kind of grew up in a household where medicine was always the topic at dinner table.
Yes.
We'd always discuss medicine, and so I kind of grew this passion for medicine. At the same time, I was also a dancer. I loved dancing. It was kind of what kept me out of trouble. My parents always, straight after school, I'd either go ride horses or dance. And so I developed this passion, and I couldn't stop. Literally every moment I could. My parents would be like, Lalla, go do your homework. I was there dancing in the mirror. You know, you couldn't stand still. Eventually, I decided to take it quite seriously after I came back from Japan. I'd been living in Japan, I was about 13 or 14, and while I was there, I was scouted. And in Japan, they call them triple threats because you're supposed to act, sing, and dance. So that's the kind of school that you get put into. Once you're scouted, you need to be able to act, sing, and dance. So they teach you, they train you, and all of that. They also teach you to walk like a model, television skills, voiceover skills, that kind of thing. And I think that was vital in my growth as a performer. Just understanding cameras, understanding stage, understanding presence. That's all very important. So I was very lucky enough to have that kind of I wouldn't call it an education, but someone to show me, you know, the ins and outs, really. Yes. So I got to do that at 13, 14, and I also got into this whole hip-hop dance thing. That was cool. Kind of like this huge phenomenon in Japan back in those days. And I came back to South Africa, and I was like, I need to find a dance crew. I need to get to do this again. There was nothing really around except in Cape Town. There's a lot of b-boy crews, b-girl crews, but barely anything in South Africa, in Joburg.
In Joburg, yes.
And I found a few guys at a party one day. It was actually like Nelson Mandela's granddaughter's birthday or something. And I found these three awesome dancers, and they were best friends, and they were young. They must have been about 18, 19. I was about 15. And
you were very young.
I was very young. And I was like, you guys, we need to do something. We need to, because, honey, I've seen it all. Me at 15. I've seen it all. I know what it's all about. We're going to make a crew. This is going to be amazing.
And make it happen.
And make it happen. Funny if we did.
Oh,
we
wow.
really did.
Tell us more about that.
We formed a crew called Clinch. And through our various connections, we became the biggest dance crew in Joburg.
Wow.
And as we grew and grew and grew, the name kind of got around, and we became the biggest hip-hop dance crew in South Africa. And during that time, it wasn't really heard of. You know, people weren't like, oh, dance crews, you know.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't a culture yet. And I'm very proud to say or to feel that, you know, Clinch was really one of those founding crews for the culture, especially in Johannesburg, you know, growing talent, showing kids that there are cooler ways to spend your time after school instead of just playing video games. Like, get up and dance. You know, everyone's watching MTV, everyone's watching all these, you know, music show channels. Like, you know, dance, get up, we can do it. And I mean, obviously we struggled in the beginning. It wasn't very easy. We struggled to get sponsors, investors, and that kind of thing. but eventually we did, and we started a competition called Masters of Rhythm, which encouraged kids to dance, to battle, to hone in on their skills, and it was all under the hip-hop culture. And I was all of 15 when we started doing that.
What happened to school? Did you just say,
no,
back to that, I'm dancing?
I started school very early, and then I skipped a grade. So I graduated when I finished school when I was 16. And by the time I had finished school, I was totally kind of engulfed in this dance thing, in this dance culture that we had created. And from 16 to 20, that was my life. I did some TV presenting. During that time, I also auditioned. I thought I was doing a dance audition, a solo dance audition, and it turned out to be a TV show. Oh, wow. I was 15. I just come back from Japan, and it was for Crazy on ETV. It was the children's programming block. Yes. And 7 callbacks later, I was chosen as one of the 7. I mean, they had like 20, 30,000 kids audition. So it was a huge...
So for sure there was talent there. They saw something.
Well, I suppose they did, you know, and I'm really grateful for that, because that was a great foundation for my presenting career. So yeah, I mean, I juggled all of that. From about 21, I stopped dancing. But during that time of dancing, I mean, I danced with some huge South African artists. Yeah. Double HP, Pro Kid, Lebo Matosa, Squatter Camp, Relo, Danny K, Loiso Bala, all, you know, these like really big.
How did you get to the point of being able to dance with them? Were you hustling your way there?
I think because we were at that time. Look, I mean, I danced wherever I went, and I kind of allowed myself to, that's all I did, I danced. People knew I was a dancer. And I was at the forefront of female hip-hop dancers in Johannesburg. When you think of, there weren't a lot of us. And that's all I did. And I would battle girls, and I would always make sure that my name was known, you know, and I hustled hard in that sense, that my reputation as a dancer must be known and must be respected. And that's what I did. I danced, I pushed, I honed in on my craft, and I battled girls, and people would be like, that's Lalla. Oh yeah, that's that Japanese girl that can dance like a black girl.
Yeah, which is amazing, because I mean, being a Japanese girl, and then you're getting on a platform which many people, let's say, kind of see it as this is something a black girl should be able to do. Did that maybe work for your advantage, or maybe not sometimes?
Well, look, I mean, both ways really. Girls would be like, this white Asian girl, whatever, like she got nothing on us. And then I would dance, and they'd be like, oh, okay, oh, never mind. Or sometimes people were just, they weren't interested, because it was like, well, you know, I can't take you seriously. You don't fit the profile. And I struggled a lot. I think a lot of girls in the industry who are dancing right now, I think, look, maybe the landscape of the industry has changed a bit, but back then, I mean, girls struggled when you were white.
So was it through this competition that you ended up being discovered by the other major artists that you danced for?
Yeah, through these different competitions, and also through the outfit that we created, Clench Crew. That name became kind of synonymous with hip-hop dance. So when Squatter Camp was like, well, we need dancers, who are we going to get? Oh, let's take a look at Clench. You know, and then it was, okay, who's the female dancers there, and they would choose us or whatever. So that's pretty much how, you know, I pushed my way through, and I did a lot of auditioning. And a lot of auditioning, yeah. And then also, I mean, a lot of club dancing, you know, I mean, it's embarrassing to think about it now, maybe not, but, maybe not, you know, it's kind of where I started, and you can't be ashamed of that. But I mean, to make ends meet, you know, you gotta eat, baby.
That's true.
So 500 Rand, you're dancing, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours.
Oh,
you know, you're getting home at like 4 o'clock in the morning. You're made to wear these tiny little outfits, feeling like you're nothing but a piece of meat, you know. But you have to dance, because this is how you pay your bills. I do sound like a bit of a stripper. not a stripper.
No, that is
But
not.
girls do that, you know, and
Yeah.
it's part of your art, but people take advantage of that. You know, people look at you like a piece of meat as opposed to looking at you doing your skill, your craft, or whatever. But it was also very great training for me as a dancer.
Yes, exactly.
You know, it's your stamina, it's a whole bunch of things. So anyway, I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was a great foundation for my performance background, and I'm grateful that that's where I started out.
Wow. And then when would you say you had a major big break that made people realize, wow, this is Lalla, and you know, this is what she can do?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. Like I said, I started out in TV at 15, and I haven't stopped. I'm one of the very lucky few that I never had like a break for like a year. I didn't do anything on TV. Like I've constantly been doing something, which is rare. It's very rare, especially for now 12 years, you know, I've been doing this. So I can't really pinpoint a time where I go, yeah, no, that's my big break. It was kind of, it's been a gradual, slow escalation, you know, and yeah, I'm just, I suppose I still feel like I don't even feel like I've really
arrived yet.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, so we'll see.
Do you think people look at Lalla the way you want them to see you? Have you managed to build that brand for people to see you the way you want them to?
I think people will see me the way they want to see me. You know, if they look for something, they will find it. If they think that I am an utter B, then they're gonna look for it and they're gonna find it.
They're gonna find it.
If you think that I'm just the queen's
Then you will
knees,
see the
bees,
queen.
knees, blah, 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 then they're gonna see, you know, a fantastic person. The most important thing though is that I'm happy with myself, you know. My happiness isn't based on how people see me. My career or my brand or my values aren't based on any exterior anythings, to be honest. I love what I do. I'm passionate about performance. I'm passionate about entertainment. I'm passionate about talking. Okay? Sometimes I'm useless at it. But I am passionate about taking a mic and relaying information to the person on the other side of the camera. Exactly. I enjoy that. That is fun. You know, when I was a kid, I would watch MCs or watch presenters, and I go, that's really cool. I didn't really want to do it at that stage. I don't think I knew that it was an option. But
being a doctor was the only option.
Yeah, I mean, being a doctor was what everyone else was doing. You know, it's like what my grandpa does, what my dad does. What, you know, it's just a normal doctor is what you do. But anyway, it's like I said, it's not necessarily about my image per se in public. It's that I know that my character
Just doing what you enjoy.
Yeah.
So what type of challenges would you say you're still facing now in the industry?
Oh man, so much. But it actually, like, it depends on what you focus on. So, I mean, I can sit at home and look at Twitter or Facebook or and see all the ugly posts about what Lalla is not good enough, she's not looking like this, she doesn't have a Nicki Minaj career, she doesn't do this, she's not like that. I mean, you know, I can sit and focus on that. And then I can tell you that my challenges are dealing with these very horrible monsters that just always want to bring you down. But that's not my focus. I think the challenges that I'm focused on right now are building. It's building. It's very difficult to do what you want to do when the industry isn't big enough.
Oh yes.
Does that make sense?
100%.
You know, like everyone's like, yeah, you know, we need new faces, we need new presenters, we need new talent, and I so agree, we do. We need a change. But the people that have been doing this, like say for me, been doing it for 12 years, I want more. Is that okay? Is that okay to want more? I mean, you know, sometimes I say that and I feel guilty because everyone's like, well, you've had your chance, but it's like, this is what
you do for a living.
This is what I do for a living, man.
Exactly.
You know, and if I had to come to your work and be like, okay, bounce. Okay, we need more people like you, so, you know, I mean, you wouldn't feel so great. And that's exactly how, you know, I think we feel in the industry as well. We do want more. You know, we look at, it's terrible to do this, but I think we do, America or Britain or whatever, and we go, oh, look at the budgets there. Look at that stage. Look at the quality.
Different.
That's always different. And, you know, we need more. We need more investors. We need more money, more budget, so that we can create more. And that's what I am. I'm not about, oh, I want more Louis Vuitton, I want more Louboutins. I want more so that I can create more.
Sure.
And that's what I want.
And it's funny you just mentioned how they say they want new faces, but when you hear from people out there, they say they keep you guys in the industry. They don't want new faces out of it. So
it's you know, two sides to a coin.
There's always two sides to it. But now, what can we expect from Lalla for the next 5 years?
Man, world domination. Like I said, I'm a creator. I want to create more. I'm looking forward to doing more work within the media industry, whether it be radio, whether it be print, whether it be more TV, whether it be, and also being behind the scenes. Like I said, I want to be, you know, I think it's important that people who have ideas are able to go forth and conquer and be nurtured for it. So in 5 years' time, look forward to more creativeness. This interview is going a very interesting way. Anyway, don't judge me too much. And you?
Okay, so we should expect a lot. It's your interview.
Oh, but you see, the thing is, I enjoy speaking to people. So let's discuss you.
Is this
as a presenter?
We're switching.
As a presenter, what are the? Let's discuss this. Let it become a discussion. What are the challenges you face? Yeah.
Well, like you said, the industry is really small.